Hello again, Mountain Lions, and welcome back to the Red Mountain Radio. As per usual, I'm your host, Brooklyn Anaya, and today we've got another spring sport for you. In this episode, we explore the RMHS track and field team. For those of you who haven't listened in before, in the Spring Sports Insider, we'll discuss everything surrounding high school sports by getting first-hand, personal accounts from the athletes themselves. If you're curious for more, check out our last episode, which features Peyton Westra and Kendall Cochran from the softball team. Our athlete interview for this episode is with track and field. Visiting the podcast today are athletes, a varsity sophomore, Josi Smeets, varsity sophomore, Alex Haynie, and JV sophomore, Brody Crowther. Let's take a listen to that conversation. Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with Josi Smeets.
Hi.
Alex Haynie.
Hello.
And Brody Crowther.
What's up?
From the RMHS track and field team. So thank you guys for being here today. On the podcast. Track and field is such a fun sport. There are so many types of track and field. You got runners, jumpers, throwers, so many different disciplines within the track team. And it's so physical and very fun to watch, especially during the Olympics or during the World Track Finals. And it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of time and effort. Can you guys tell me a little bit more about track?
Like you said, it's a fun sport, and there's a really big community with it. And it's great because everyone's just so nice and, welcoming all the time. It's just a super fun place to be.
You like what you said. It's fun. The coaches, they're all super nice. They help us get better with, technique, form, running, sprinting, throwing, whatever we're doing. And it's just a great environment.
I would say that it's really easy to find something you like because there's so many different events.
I'm glad you brought that up, the events, Josie. Can you guys explain to me all the different types of events that you guys have in track?
Yeah, personally, I run a lot of hurdles and relays, but Josephine, she's an incredible distance runner.
One of the best.
Yeah, one of the best. And Brody, he's a great thrower, and he just does a lot. And I think we're a pretty wide variety group.
So what I'm hearing is that there are really three different groups. You have the long distance, the sprinters, and then the field throwers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I would say there's jumpers too. Don't forget the jumpers, yeah.
Yeah.
And pole vault.
Yeah, pole vault is kind of its own
category.
So 4 categories of track, and everybody comes together and makes one big track team with all those different categories. That's great. Can you guys explain your individual events for me?
I can start. So I do the 1600 and the 3200, which is 1 mile and 2 mile just about. And so that's 4 and 8 laps around the track. And for our training, we usually do easy runs, and then we have some faster paced workouts typically. But I would say it's pretty different from sprinting, and we do train separately from sprinting. Usually everyone who does distance, most of them also do cross country.
Like I said, I do sprints and hurdles. In some intense workouts, some workouts are really fun and light work, and the coaches are great too.
All right, I'm a thrower. I do shot put and discus. Shot put is the 12-pound metal ball, and discus is the 3.5-pound frisbee. We try to throw it as far as we can in our practices. We'll just be out on the field and work on our technique and spins.
So even though track is one big sport, there are a bunch of little different communities within that, and you guys have your own kind of unique exercises that you guys use to get better at your own sports. That's awesome. And one thing that is carried along in whatever sport you play, it's the team. It's that camaraderie between your players. And since track, as you said, Alex, it's a huge community with a bunch of different people. How do you guys maintain that sense of camaraderie, that sense of closeness when there's so many people on the track team?
Well, that's a good question. I think it's just, we're all just a really close group, and even though we obviously do different sports and different things, and those different sports like jumpers and throwers and distance and all that, they kind of split off into groups, but at the end of the day, like a giant family, we all love each other. We're always uplifting one another and celebrating each other's wins and PRs and stuff at different competitions.
I would say at the meets especially, you notice it everyone is cheering each other on, and when we see each other in the locker room, we'll congratulate each other. So I think that's something that you definitely notice, especially at the meets.
For the throwers, I'm speaking for them, we love to tell jokes to each other, play little pranks on each other, and we always just try to keep practices lighthearted, fun. And then at meets, we all stick together. We'll all go get snacks together, share our snacks, and then we all just go cheer everyone on as we throw.
So cheering people on is a big part of track.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys have any chants volleyball or
Not really. It's just kind of like, go, run,
Run faster.
go faster.
Go faster.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a great environment, especially for the runner or the thrower or whoever's competing at that moment, to know that you have so many people behind you and rooting for you. Next thing, as you said in the beginning, Josie, track has so many different opportunities for everybody. There's a lot of things that people can enjoy in track, and I'm wondering what kind of got you guys into track? It's a very large sport. So many people do it. And what inspired you to join the track team?
Well, I can start. For me, it's my older brothers. They're twins, Logan and Isaac Haynie. They've always loved track. They've done it since, their freshman year, and I'll try it out, see if I can be like them.
So you kind of followed in their footsteps.
Yeah.
That's inspiring.
For me, I was a sprinter and jumper last year, and I decided to do track just because it sounded fun. But the way I got into throws is I saw those throws throwing, and I was like, that looks like fun. So I decided to go out for throws.
For me, well, I did cross country, and if you do cross country, we just continue our training with track, so it's kind of an expectation that unless you're doing another sport, you do track. And I like track. It's pretty fun, so I'm glad I did it.
So you guys chose your individual events just because of what piqued your interest and what looked fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what? That is probably the most solid way to pick your sport.
Yeah, I would say if you're not sure what event you want to do, but you want to go into track, usually the coaches can help you out, too.
Also, there's spring clinics and summer clinics that are great. I have tried a bunch of different events, and I've just picked the ones that I love.
Yeah, over the summer, there's different summer camps, so if you want to try different things, you can always go to those.
And it's meets, right, for track. It's not
Yes.
games, it's
Yeah.
meets. Right, and you guys don't have that many over the course of the track season, do you?
It
Well,
depends.
Yeah.
It depends.
Especially this year, I feel like we've had a lot more meets.
I think it depends. Once you get kind of more, to a varsity level, you definitely get to go to more meets, and it can feel like a lot of meets, honestly, but when you're still at, the junior varsity level, especially in the sprinter side, I think, because there are so many sprinters, you usually only go to the 5-way invites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dual meets.
So there's not just one school that you're pitted against in
Oh,
the
no.
meets. No, it's
No,
many schools.
there's usually multiple schools.
What does that look like? So many people.
Hectic.
Yeah, hectic, crazy. Just lots of people.
Is there one going on right now? I saw the tents
There was one yesterday.
yesterday.
It's called Top of the Mountain.
Oh,
Best
okay.
in the state.
Yeah, it's
Really?
top 24 in each event, and then it's cool that they all come here.
Yeah, we do host a lot. We host
do.
Rampage.
Yeah.
We host Top of Mountain.
We also host Division 1 state, and
Mhm.
usually there's some other divisions that also
Divisionals?
compete. Yeah, divisionals.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Why do you think Red Mountain hosts all those? Just our track is awesome, or
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Not to brag, but we're a pretty good team.
pretty goated track
Yep.
team?
Yes.
Yeah, and we usually win a lot of the competitions that we go to by a lot. The last one we went to, I'm pretty sure we got more points than everyone combined. So.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah. Also, I think that we also have a very nice track because of all the work our coaches do, especially Coach Krieg with all his paperwork.
Yeah.
So he definitely organizes things so that we can always have new track improvements, and I know we're getting some new things put in over the summer as well.
oh my goodness. And we just got a new track too.
Yep.
That is super cool. Now, like a lot of sports teams here at Red Mountain, we're rivals with Mountain View, obviously.
Mhm.
But track, because it's such a widespread sport and because you guys have so many different teams during your meets, what are maybe some rivalries that the track team has that they're not really traditional for Red Mountain?
No, it's about the same. We always try to beat Mountain View. That's our goal. Beat Mountain View and try to
always
win
do.
state.
We always do.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. We say that we drink the Toro tears after the meets.
Yeah, Toro tears.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And let me guess, your coaches are all for it too.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah? Do they kind of inspire you guys to be really competitive?
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially Coach Krieg. I'm pretty sure he has a cup with Toro tears on it.
Yeah.
I've heard so much about Coach Krieg. Everybody talks about him like he's this really inspiring guy. How would you guys describe your coaches for the track team?
Super uplifting, super supportive of us. It's really fun because it's a if you win, we all win kind of
Mhm.
thing, and they're always really proud of us.
Yeah, I would say our coaches are pretty funny, and they always have good words of wisdom to tell us, and they want the best for everyone.
Yeah, with our throwing coaches, they're always super duper nice. And what they'll do during practices and meets is they'll film us
Oh.
and they'll break down our form step by step to get us to help us throw further.
I mean, yeah, the coaches are the heart of the team at the end of the day. So it's great to hear that track has so many different types of coaches that can each, specialize and help you guys individually. Would asking, like, if you guys have any lucky charms, would that be appropriate? Like, do you guys have lucky charms?
What do you mean by lucky charms?
Like
Kind of like rituals before like you run or something.
Yeah, like maybe you put on one shoe before the other one or something like that.
Personally, I don't. But I just kind of wing it for the best.
But does anybody here have something like that?
I mean,
like I know the team, like different people, they all have like their little rituals. Like Josh Lee on our team, he'll tap the toe board in the ring before he throws. That's usually the only one I see.
Yeah, so it's not like a big thing.
Yeah, I do like different hairstyles, which I think give me good luck.
Are hairstyles like a big thing in track?
I would say
so.
Okay, I'll ask you about that.
There's lots of braids.
Yeah.
Lots of braids.
I would say, like, I know a few people who do, like, they eat the same thing right before they race every time. Yeah.
Those are some rituals? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Hair and food.
Hair and food.
Hair and food. What's
And
the
toe
craziest hairstyle that you saw? That you've seen in track?
I don't know. It's like, there's
so
some people. Yeah. I've seen someone with, like, 6 different braids going up to, like, these 2 really high buns on their head.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Would you say that when somebody has, like, really cool hair, like, you get intimidated a little bit?
I do. What I say is the cooler the hairstyle, the better the athlete.
Oh, actually that tracks.
Because I think it's, like, a way of them to be like, oh, look at me.
Assert dominance.
Assert dominance.
Oh my goodness, dang. And then, like, 3 times rolled up shorts with that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I guess your leg can move more, but, like.
Yeah. If you have KT tape on.
It's over.
It's over.
Yeah. Or like the pit vipers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, if they've... Okay, especially for distance kids, I've noticed if you are wearing sunglasses, you're probably one of the best long-distance runners.
Josie, do you have sunglasses?
No,
Josie's too cool for sunglasses.
Oh, so she's like above the people who wear sunglasses.
Oh, yeah.
Because she knows that she doesn't need the sunglasses.
Exactly.
I don't know about that.
I think that's totally it. Okay, focusing more on you guys as individuals. You guys are all sophomores, so rather young on the track team. And as sophomores, you guys have a decent amount of work, decent amount of schoolwork. Depends on what classes you're taking. I know, Josie, you're probably swamped with work from all your classes. So how do you guys balance that homework practice life, especially when track, you have such long practices and that your meets last days on end? And how do you guys balance that homework practice life?
So I would say for the distance team, I would say it's a little different than with like the sprinting, jumping, throwing groups, just because we are usually done with practice by 3:45, 4 p.m. So we're done a little earlier. Although we do have morning practice a few times a week before school. If we're done by 4 p.m., that gives us plenty of time to still be able to do homework and other things. So I think that's a good way to balance it. And I would also say that there's a lot of people on the track team who are also doing multiple things, whether that's another job or they also do like very advanced classes. Like even at meets, you'll see people doing homework and stuff. So I think it's part of the team, like you have to, you're a student and then an athlete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. And especially, at least for me, all of my teachers are pretty, like, understanding of it because they know that I always can't do work on time because of it. I always try my best, but we had a recent meet where we traveled to California, and we missed,
Arcadia meet?
Yeah, and we missed a couple of days of school, and it was really crazy. But like Josie said, you got to put the student before the athlete.
For me, what I usually do is I just try to get all my schoolwork done during the day, like school day. With throwing, we usually get done by like 5, before 5. So there's usually plenty of time to go home, do your homework, or you can just do it like during meets or like in between practices and stuff.
Yeah, so just get it done whenever you can and talk to your teachers, let them know. I mean, if you're in California, yeah, there's really no way that you're going to do your Canvas assignments, Mr. Skinner. But, so yeah, there is that. Hopefully other student athletes will take that to heart. Maybe people on the track team will hear this and realize, oh, I should do that too. Who knows? All right. The heat. It is getting hot in Arizona. It is getting so hot, unfortunately. You guys have an outside sport. Track is an outside sport. And it must get really, really hot during warm-ups, practices, meets. How do you guys mitigate the heat? How do you guys handle that when you're running or when you're throwing? How do you guys take on the heat?
Well, for sprinters, hurdles, jumps, you kind of just have to push through it. Like, it's going to get hot. You're going to get tired, but I think it actually benefits us in the end because we're used to the heat. We're used to being tired. And luckily, on meet days, it's usually, thankfully, cooler than actually, like, practice days. So I think it's a nice way of, like, I guess, practicing harder.
Because you get to push through the harder environments, and
Yeah.
then it seems like a rest when you actually don't have that weather. What about you? What do you do?
For throwing, when it gets super hot, we'll either just go into the weight room for the practice and just practice our spins, just cool off in the AC, or like we'll just hang out in the shade between throws.
I would say for distance, so for cross country, it's usually really, really hot. So try and get used to the heat. Even like when it's really very extremely hot, we still run, and we don't really do breaks that much. So we would usually do our very intense workouts in the morning, which helps. And I would say also, you just have to get used to it, especially if you're going to be racing in these kinds of conditions. You want to make sure you're acclimated to the heat.
Right. So just kind of suck it up in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I see those big, like, water carts that they pull out for, like,
Oh,
football
our
with, like,
cow.
the sprayer
Yeah.
gun. The cow?
It's called the cow.
The cow?
Yep.
Oh. Dang, and do you guys, like, spray it at each other sometimes?
I've been sprayed. I try
Oh?
not to waste the water. Cause,
Right.
but-
Conserve water.
Yep. Yeah.
Eco warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When you do get sprayed, it feels nice a little bit.
Try not to admit it, but yeah.
Oh. Shh. It's okay. We'll take that out or something. No, we won't. All right. The last thing, and probably the best thing that I hear from every sports team, is the lore. The stories that you guys have of this meet, past meets, last year, any time in track where you had just thought, oh, like, that is funny. I am remembering that forever. Do you guys have any lore from the track team?
All right, one for the throwers is one of the throwers told us this rule at the beginning of the season saying if you messed up your throws 3 times in a row, you owe the team pizza.
Oh.
Like, it's never going to happen. No one's going to, like, sell that bad. But it happened at our JV meet at Brophy.
Oh.
One of the throwers, not going to mention him, he fouled 3 times, and now we all keep telling him he owes us pizza.
Pizza.
Yep.
Yum.
I don't know. I don't think, like, I have funny stories, but
Yeah, like funny stories. We can come back to you.
let's come back.
Josie's like, come back to me.
I don't know. I would say that, I don't know. I feel like the distance, like even your competitors are always really nice. So I feel like there's no like crazy rivalries or anything. Last year, there were some fun seniors. So that was interesting.
Okay, coming back to Alex.
Okay. So, I guess not funny stories, but more funny times. Like the sprints team, we only run 1 lap for a warm up, unlike the distance team.
Oh.
So we usually goof around and kind of just have fun on that lap. And there's been lots of trips, and because we're just messing around and pushing each other.
Pushing each other?
Not like in a mean way, but kind
Everybody
of
loves each other on the track team. You literally just said
okay,
that.
it's a fun way. Okay,
Oh.
you don't just go up to some random person and push them. Like,
But like you're pushing your friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would say also we've been trying to do pasta parties for the distance team
Oh.
more this season. Like we did during cross country, of course, and we've been trying to do a few more during track as well.
Okay. Before we wrap it up, everyone, I'm sure you have all been waiting for this part. Are you guys ready for some trivia?
I hope so.
Yep.
I'm so
Trivia.
scared.
So you guys wish to continue on with trivia?
Yes.
Okay, can't say no, so that's good.
Okay.
All right, I'll explain the rules. You will have 10 seconds to answer a question after I ask it, and if you answer correctly, you'll get 3 points, and if not, no points. There will be 3 regular questions worth 3 points and a bonus question worth 5 points, and at the end of this season, the sport that has the most points in the trivia will win a Spring Sports Trivia Bragging Rights Trophy. Currently, softball is winning with a total of 14 points, a perfect score. Do you guys think you can tie and send the podcast into a tiebreaker?
Yes.
The first question. This retired Jamaican sprinter is the only sprinter to win the 100-meter and 200-meter Olympic titles at 3 consecutive Olympics. He also holds the world record for the 100-meter at 9.58 seconds. Who is this man?
Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt, yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. Usain Bolt.
All right,
So,
guys.
good job, guys. So you have 3 points right now. Let's keep it up. Next question. Which throwing event is typically conducted inside a safety cage?
Discus.
That's correct. 3 more points. So that brings your total to 6 points. You guys have already surpassed boys volleyball, I believe. Or no, they also have 6 points. But you guys are tied with them, right? You guys
All right.
can do better than them, please.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Got that. Third question. Which country has won the most Olympic gold medals in track and field?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Is it the U.S.?
That's also correct.
Yes.
Okay.
So, you guys have 9 points right now. And if you win the next one, if you get the next one, you'll have 14, and this will go into a trivia tiebreaker.
All right, guys.
Connor and I are still figuring out how that's going to work, but he has
You
ideas.
should settle it over rock, paper, scissors.
No, do not do rock, paper, scissors.
If you guys can get the
100
next
meter
one,
dash.
it's yours. It's
Ooh,
yours.
that's a good idea.
Okay. So this is a little bit more of Alex's
Oh, God.
specialty. So let's try and help her out. Okay. So there's gonna be a point per shoot for this question of 2 number spaces because it's a lower number in terms of numbers, but it's still very precise. So that means if this is not the answer, by the way, but if the answer was 100, you'd say 101, 102. Like those would be like in the range, or 99, 98. Those would be in the range. So all those questions, all those answers would be correct. But that's
So-
not the actual thing.
I'm pretty sure I know what question's going to
No,
be.
just ask the question.
Okay, what's the question?
Okay. What height are women's hurdles raised to in an 100-meter high school track race?
I think it's
Women's
Boys.
hurdles in an 100-meter high school track
It seems
race.
pretty high. Like, not
24.
more than 2
No,
feet.
I
Wait.
think it's
3 inch.
24 is the 300 hurdles.
Yeah, 24 is 300 because, that one's like super low. So 24.
For the
It
100
could be
hurdles?
100-meter hurdles.
It's 30 something like
Is it 33?
yard. Does this feel about like right?
I mean, think about like feet. It's in inches,
I'm
so
gonna say 33
it's not in meters
inches.
or anything.
So we could like
36
parachute. We could say like 30 to 20 inches.
Well,
somewhere
you can't
between
like you have to pick one number,
Okay.
but if like the number falls within that.
I really. Oh,
It's
gosh,
30.
I
It's
think
something in the
30.
30.
Wait, should I guess 32? Because then I could have 31 to
Wait.
33. Or is that not how that works?
No, that's
36, that's 3 feet.
Yes, that's
Is it
how
36?
I'm pretty sure that's.
No.
Because it's
No, that's too
women's. Women's
high.
are shorter.
I know. Women's are shorter.
Yeah, if your guys are 24, that's like 2 feet.
Well, yeah, because, like, when we
Okay,
the guys'
see?
hurdles are...
Okay. Take off his shoes.
Yeah, like right back here is 2 feet.
That's. No.
Say,
Go
like,
back.
1 foot,
1 foot.
2 foot,
Okay.
and then 3 foot. Oh, that's high.
So not.
Not 3. Somewhere between that.
Ooh. I'm going to lock in
Okay,
28 inches.
28 inches for women's hurdles.
Yeah, 28.
The correct answer is 33 inches.
What? No! I
Oh.
knew it! I was right!
So unfortunately, you guys did not get that one. You were saying it, and I was like, oh my
know,
gosh,
I-
oh my gosh, oh my
I
gosh.
saw your face and I was like, oh, it's wrong. Because you were like, I don't know. I was like, dang it.
Oh, dang. Well, thank you guys so much for appearing on the podcast today. Even though you didn't win all the trivia, that's okay. At least you guys win all your track meets.
Thank
That's
you.
true.
Yes, fire. All right, well, I know you guys don't have that many left, so let's rack up the wins and let's win a city title for
All right.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Red Mountain. All right, well, thank you guys and have a great season.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone, that was Josi Smeets, Alex Haynie, and Brody Crowther from Track and Field. Track and Field's next meet is on April 25th at Mountain View for the Mesa City Championships. Make sure to come out and support your RMHS Track and Field team. Well, listeners, that's it for this week's episode. We heard some great stories and got great insight on track and field with athletes Josi Smeets, Alex Haynie, and Brody Crowther. Coming up next time on the Spring Sports Insider, baseball. Tune in next time to get all the insights on the baseball team here at the Red Mountain Radio. Thanks again for tuning in to episode 17, season 4 of the Spring Sports Insider, featuring Josi Smeets, Alex Haynie, and Brody Crowther. Thanks to them for joining me today. You can follow us on Instagram at Red Mountain Radio, spelled REDMTNRADIO, to receive updates on episode drops and fun behind-the-scenes insights. I'm your host, Brooklyn Anaya, And thanks again for joining me for this Sports Insider episode. Today's episode was written by Brooklyn and Anaya. Our directors are Brooklyn and Anaya and Connor Sampson. Our producers are Mr. Kelly from RMTV, Brooklyn and Anaya, and Connor Sampson. Our sound engineer is Connor Sampson, and thanks to Connor Sampson for mixing and editing the sound. Thanks to our special guests for this episode, Josi Smeets, Alex Haynie, and Brody Crowther. Thanks to them for joining me on today's episode. And last, but certainly not the least, thanks to you, listener, for tuning in. Your support is what keeps us making episodes. This was Season 4, Episode 17 of The Sports Insider on Track and Field by the Red Mountain Radio. Cooper, do you want to say something?
No.
Come here.
No.
Just say hi.
Why? What do you want me to say?
Just like something. I don't know. Sigma. I don't know.
What's up? I'm just here and I'm gonna leave.